Morning everybody. Okay, it's Tuesday, our second math lesson of the week with our online lessons. I hope you all found yesterday helpful. So today we're going to be carrying on looking at the nearest 5 minutes, but giving you some questions to have a go at doing as well today rather than just working practically. Okay, so we're going to have a quick recap. Obviously just have a quick look to remember. So obviously on a clock we've got two hands, the minute hand being the longest hand because it's the longest word, the hour hand being the shorter hand because it's the shortest word. Remembering that there's 60 minutes in an hour, and every time that 60 minutes is up, the next hour begins. And there are 12 hours on this clock, so obviously that's half a day, and there are 24 hours in a day. So the hour hand will actually move twice around the clock for a full day. Okay, so just a quick recap here as well, that obviously there's 60 minutes in an hour, so we can go 5 minutes past, 10 minutes past, 15 minutes past, 20 minutes past, 25 minutes past, 30 minutes past. Now obviously here we've got about the minutes going past, so 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, but remembering what we said yesterday, we wouldn't say 50 minutes past the hour, we would start to say to the hour, because remember we've got past on one side of the clock and to on the other side. So again, having a quick recap here, that the obviously you've got the minutes past, and then obviously when we get to the to side, remembering that we start from the 12 and we count backwards to see how many minutes to the hour it has got. So we're going to have a quick look at this again, and then you're going to have a go at some questions before you can get started on your activity. So remembering that, looking at this, we need to first of all decide whether the minute hand is on the past or the to side of the clock. Looking at this, we can see that the longer hand is on the minute hand is on the past side, so we will start at the 12 and count down. Now obviously because the minute hand is on a number, this means it's going to be a multiple of 5, because remember there are 5 minutes in each between each number. So if we count it together, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes past, we can then look at the hour and we can see, as it is in the minutes are past, we need to see which hour it has passed, so which number has the hour hand passed. We can see here that the hour hand has passed the 7, so we know that it is 25 minutes past the 7. Okay, so now I'd like you to have a go at doing these. Again, they'll be on Seesaw for you to access, or you can move it with your finger if you're feeling more confident with these. Have a go at these, and then I'm going to go through the answers and show you them as well. Okay, so looking at the questions on here. Now, if we use our steps to success again, we want to first of all look at our minute hand. Is our minute hand on the past or the to side? Okay, we can see it is on the past side. So again, we need to start from the 12 and we can count to where the minute hand is. Now, as we can see that the minute hand is on the 3, we know that it is going to be a multiple of 5. So we can count in 5. We can count 5, 10, 15. So it is 15 minutes past. So I'll just write that down. But would we say 15 minutes past looking at this? What else could we say instead of 15 minutes past? If you've put quarter past, well done, because it is also the same as quarter past. So fantastic if you have got that. Now we know that it is past, so we now need to look at our hour hand. Which hour has the hour hand passed? What number has it passed? It has passed the 2, so it is quarter past 2. Because remember, we wouldn't say 15 minutes past, we would say quarter past. Okay, let's have a look at our second one. So our second one, again, we need to look at to see whether the minute hand is past or to. So we can see that it is on the past side. And again, we will start from the 12 and count how many minutes passed. Now remember, the minute hand is on the 5, so we know it's going to be a multiple of 5s, so we can count in 5. So off we go, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I know it is going to be 25 minutes past. As my minute hand is on the past side, I know that I need to see what hour has my hour passed. So now looking, you can use a ruler or your finger. What hour has it passed? It has passed the 5. So my second question is 25 minutes past 5. You got both those right, brilliant, give it a tick. And we'll go on now to have a look at the other ones. Okay, so now looking at our 2, again, it's a very similar idea. We still need to look at the minute hand, we still need to start from the 12, but remember, if it's on the 2 side, we can count backwards because we want to know how many minutes until it gets to the 12, until it gets to the next hour. So again, we notice that the minute hand, the longer hand, is on the 2 side, so we then put our finger on the 12 at the top and we count backwards. Now because it is on the 8, on the exact 8, we can see it is going to be a multiple of 5, so we can count in 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, so I know that that is 20 minutes too. Now when we look at the hour hand, because it is going to, we can see which number is the hour trying to get to. So we can see that it's trying to get to the 5, so that would be 20 minutes to 5. Okay, I'd like you to now have a go at the next slide, the next questions. These are on Seesaw for you to access, and I'd like you to have a go at working through these to work out the answers, and then I will go through them. Okay, so these are the questions you had a go at doing. We're now going to have a look to make sure that you've got them right. Okay, so looking at the first question then, first thing we need to do is look at the minute hand. Is it on the past side or the 2 side? It is on the 2 side. So we need to now, from here, we need to see how many minutes it is to the hour. So we'll start up at the 12, where the next hour will be, and we'll count backwards. As the minute hand is on the 9, this means that obviously it's going to be a multiple of 5, so we can count in 5s. 5, 10, 15. Okay, so we can see it is 15 minutes to. However, how else can we say 15 minutes to? Well done if you have put quarter to, because remember, if it is 15 minutes, 15 is a quarter of an hour, so quarter of 60. So this is why we can say it's quarter to. Now if we look at the hour hand, we want to see, because it is 2, we want to see which hour is it trying to get to. We can see that this is 12, so our answer will be quarter to 12. Okay, well done if you've got that one right. Let's have a look at the next question. The next question, let's have a look. So our minute hand, is it on the 2 or the past side? Well, it's on the 2 side. Again, we want to start from the 12 because we want to know how many minutes till it gets to the hour. So we can count backwards. 5, 10, 15, 20. So I can see that it is 20 minutes to, because that's how many minutes it is until we get to the next hour. And then if we look at our hour hand, which hour is it trying to get to? It's trying to get to the 3. So it would be 20 minutes to 3. Well done if you've got that one right as well. Okay, so we're going to look now at the next. Okay, so now we've kind of had a quick recap of that. Obviously, if you need to use the online resource, which I suggested yesterday, please use that to help support you as well. You're going to now go on to Seesaw, and I've attached some worksheets for you to have a go at. Please have a go at marking these, and then I will go through the answers on here for you to have a go at marking yourself. And then obviously once you have marked them, you could then send me them in Seesaw so I can see how fantastic you have done. Okay, so these are the answers for the questions that you'll have had a go at doing on Seesaw. Questions 1 and 2 should be fairly straightforward because we've done lots of work on those. Question 3, you need to identify the mistake. Now, Ron is saying that the time is 2 minutes past 5. However, when we look at it, remember the minute hand, even though it is on the 2, that doesn't mean it's 2 minutes past. Remember, there are 5 minutes between each number, so it's not 2 minutes past. It would actually be 10 minutes past 5 because the hour is still past the 5, but the minute hand is on the 2, which represents 10 minutes. So well done if you've got that one. For question 4, again, it's just a case of using the minutes, looking at the minutes hand, looking to see whether it's passed, how many minutes past it is, then looking at the hour to see which hour it has passed. For the other ones where it's 2, remembering that you need to start from the 12 and count backwards. Remember, for part B, it is an 8 minutes 2 because they're not 8 minutes from the number 8 up to the 12. There are 20 minutes. So really well done if you've got those ones correct. When we move on to the next number, so number 5, this was a case of drawing on the hands. So the minute hands should have been fairly straightforward in the case of they were all multiples of 5, so the minute hand should have been on a number. So for the first one, 15 minutes past, actually that one should really say quarter past, but you needed to count from the 12, 5, 10, 15 and draw your longer hand. Now it's really important that you make sure that this hand looks longer and your hour hand is shorter. If they look the same length, I won't know which one is which. So please make sure that you've made sure that you've got one longer hand, which is for your minute, and one shorter hand, which is for your hour. Now, when you get to your hour, I know one area where some people get these ones wrong is, for example, when it says 15 minutes past 6, some children might have drawn the hour on the 6. However, remember the hour hand will only be exactly on a number if it is o'clock, if it is the next hour. So remember, if it has gone past the 6, your hour hand should be somewhere past that 6. Same with if it is closer, if it's 5 to the next hour or 10 to, if it's getting closer to the next hour, your hour hand should be closer to that number. So please just double check that that is the case. For number 6, it says Jack wants to tell the time, but the hour hand has fallen off the clock. There are 12 possible times it could be during a day. Do you agree? Well, it could be more than 12 because how many hours are in a day? There are 24 hours in a day. So remember, yes, there are 12 hours on the clock, but there are also 24 hours in a day. So obviously that's where that answer would be. If you said yes because there's 12 hours, you are right that there are 12 hours on this clock, but remember there are more than that many hours in a day, and that's what it says. It says a full day, so that's 24 hours. So really there should be 24 solutions. For number 7, the minute hand and the hour hand of a clock are both pointing to an even number. It is before midday. What times could it be? Give 3 possible answers. So as long as your answers, remember a even number means that they are numbers 2, 4, 6, 8 or ending in a 0. As long as your minute hand and your hour hand are both pointing to one of those numbers and it is before midday, which is the middle of the day, so it's before 12, that's absolutely brilliant. Okay, number 8, the numbers of the clock face were written in Roman numerals, but they have been ruled off. The current time has a V in the hour and a V in the minute. Okay, if you were unsure about Roman numerals, I know we've not really done Roman numerals yet, but a clock will always look the same. So the 12 will always be at the top, a 6 will always be at the bottom, a 3 will always be where your quarter past would be, and a 9 will always be on the other side. So you could have wrote the numbers around the outside to tell me what time it was. What time could it be? Draw an answer on. So first of all, you had to draw the hands on to show me where it could be. So as long as it had a V in it, and then there were obviously different answers you could choose, but as long as it answers the question, that would be brilliant. Okay, well I hope that's all made sense. Well done again for today's lesson, and I look forward to teaching you the next part where we're going to be moving on to sometimes the minute hand isn't always on the on an exact number, it's sometimes between numbers on the small little ones. Okay, so we're going to have a look at that tomorrow. It's going to be more of a challenge.